Welcome back to Words Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and I can hear it already. I can hear you guys thinking, what, Leon? 2 videos in one day? You mad lad, what are you doing? This isn't normal. And you're right, I am mad. Get used to it. But no, seriously, I thought, you know what? I've been away for like almost a week. I wanted to get a couple of things out that passed me by when I wasn't able to during my absence due to some PC issues. And then the greatest / worst thing in the history of the internet happened. An advertisement from an ice cream and soap company of all people about fat gamer girls. I mean, talking about how they represent, 74% of the population, how they're underrepresented in that, demographic and whatnot. It was truly bananas. And what's amazing is a lot of women have spoken up on this subject, and they've spoken up in a way that you just gotta applaud. I've seen so many women talk about how this is bananas. So we're gonna watch this trailer. I can't believe I'm subjecting myself to it again, but I'm doing it for you guys. And then we're gonna talk about the video. We're gonna go through some tweets. We're gonna talk about all the women that are saying, hey, this doesn't represent us. This doesn't make us feel included. Shoving this beached whale into a video game commercial. You're a soap company. I mean, seriously, you would think maybe they want more people to be fat because, again, they're also an ice cream company. Ice cream makes you fat. The fatter you are, the more soap it takes to wash your body. It could just all be a really ingenious marketing ploy to sell more soap, because you're going to run out of soap faster if you got, 30 pounds of folds on each arm and each thigh that you got to just comb over with that bar of soap. Makes it use up. You got to go out, buy yourself some more Dove, because we all know you ain't buying Irish Spring. That stuff does not smell as good. Anyway, the point is, let's get to watching this and reading some tweets, shall we? I would like to take this time to point out the fact that this woman isn't even, attractive even when she's in all this clothing. They're talking about, oh, overly sexualized women in gaming. What's sexual about her? She's covered head to toe in armor and even got some face armor. Like, yeah, she's got, some titties, but they're covered up by armor. There's no skin exposed. So what sort of sexualization is even happening? She's wearing practical armor. So if you were gonna try and make a point, you would want to make that point with like one of those RPG girls that uses just like skimpy boob armor and vag armor and that's it. Like all the rest of her skin's exposed. I'd still disagree with your sentiment, but I could at least give you credit for using something that has been complained about in gaming before. But this isn't even an attractive specimen to begin with. Where is the sexualization here? Or at this point is just saying, hey, if you have an hourglass figure, hey, if you've got, a nice body, at that point just having a nice body is sexualized. I'm so confused about what their message is. And just because you're skinny don't mean you're attractive. I mean, this character model here, her face looks like she was hit by a truck carrying wood chippers. It's not a good look. The hair is dumb. So maybe use an actual attractive character model if you want to sell your point. So yeah, let's continue. See, like again, this is an even better look at her. What is sexual about this? Armor, completely covered. The only skin exposed seems to be her face, because I mean, maybe her neck a little bit. Like, there's not even cleavage. How is this sexualized? She's just skinny. What is so sexual about being skinny? And this is coming from someone who, well, trust me, I'm pretty anti-fatty. There's nothing wrong with, a girl with a little bit of meat on their bones. Thick thighs save lives, the whole nine. Like, I want a girl who's a bit thick, and I'm sure other women who play games can be thick. You can be thick and still be attractive. You can be slim, be attractive. You can't be morbidly obese and attractive. There is a cutoff point. I mean, once you hit like that 250-pound mark, at that point, there's no way to make yourself attractive. Just make sure you got a really nice personality, and frankly, that you actually, don't have a dick between your legs, considering the modern version of what is a woman. That being said, we'll continue, but this isn't sexual. God, someone that big, I bet those socks smell rancid. everyone's already pointed out, she's dressed like Laura Croft. I've been calling her Laura Kraft mac and cheese. Like, what even is this? Why is she so proud to be overweight? Like, she grabbed that sword, she's about to, oh, and of course, you know, the thing falls over, like, oh, skinny girl's the bad. Bruh, if you just pulled out that sword, you about to go fight a dragon or something, the dragon's gonna eat you, and it's gonna eat you over the course of, you know, a couple of meals on account of all that cellulite on your flabby love handles, but also, you're gonna run out of breath fighting the dragon. You wanna know the reason there's a lot of skinny folk in games? They're in shape. A lot of games have to do with combat and fighting and stories and being on adventures, lots of running around. How often do you see a fat folk run unless it's, you know, to the fridge? And even then, it's not really a run. It's just more of like a gallop because they got bad knees. 74% of girls feel underrepresented in games. I call bogus because I know plenty of girl gamers, and I rarely, if ever, hear this sort of argument. You wanna know why? Because girls have been in games for years. You got Jill Valentine, you got Lara Croft, you got Samus Aran, you got Zelda. No, she's not a damsel in distress like Peach. There have always been females, and yeah, have there always been fat females in games? No, but there aren't often fat main male characters in games either, because video games are fiction. They are an ideal type of human body. They're something to strive for, or there's something to get lost in. It's fiction, the escapism. Conan the Barbarian, not the most achievable body type in the world, even for a dude. Are there a lot of fat dudes playing Conan games? Absolutely. Are they upset that Conan is not a fat, slovenly sloth like them? No, they are not. They're just happy to play as some, like, jacked dude who likes to kill things. It is that simple. But yeah, sure, 74% of girls feel underrepresented in video. Then get out. Go. This space doesn't want you. Because real gamer girls don't care about this sort of stuff, alright? Cult Classic Cage, you know, brought this up during one of her streams. And I was like, oh man, you get him. She tore into him. And she tore into this way more than I think I probably can, on account of she's probably a bit more interested in this subject due to the fact that she doesn't have certain parts between her legs. And she has been a girl gamer her whole life. But she doesn't feel underrepresented. I've spoken to a few girl gamers since this. I've watched a couple live streams with girl gamers. And you know what? All of them hate this. Who is this for? You know, 74% of girls feel underrepresented in video games. I call bullshit. Video games are the largest entertainment medium in the world. They dwarf Hollywood. They dwarf music. They dwarf books. If 74% of girls felt underrepresented, then they wouldn't be buying games. It wouldn't be the largest entertainment industry. Unless, you know, it's mostly men buying games. At which point, which is honestly probably true, at least the dynamic has definitely shifted. There's definitely more women gaming now than ever, which is fine. We welcome everyone. We welcome you if you're not going to take the space and change it into something it wasn't. 74% of girls do not feel underrepresented. This is a bogus number. How did you come to these statistics? Show us. How do we know you're not just giving us some random number you just threw out there to make yourself feel great? I mean, that's a massive percentage. 74% of girls, really? 74% feel underrepresented. Then why do they keep buying these games? And then why do all the girls that we're about to take a look at on Twitter also disagree with this? Make virtual beauty real. Get the hell out of here. It's virtual. You can be whatever you want. That's literally the point. Virtual beauty is already real. It's on every single person on Twitter that's got some of them anime girls with cat ears with, you know, the big bazungas. That's virtual beauty. It's because it ain't for sure real beauty, because real cat girls with giant bazungas don't exist. That's what makes them virtual, alright? You don't have to sit there and be like, you know what? I could be a fat motherfucker in real life. I'm going to do that on a computer as well with my avatar, and it's just as beautiful. Well, no, it's not just as beautiful, because it's not beautiful to begin with in the real world, alright? Sorry, your pudgy self ain't beautiful. Put some work in, eat a salad, maybe walk on a treadmill, do something to better yourself instead of sitting around playing video games all day. It's a little bit of dedication goes a long way. I promise you, it is hard at first, but you know what? Nothing in life worth doing should be easy. Dude, again, some people, a little overweight, you know, whatever, no big deal. My weight's fluctuated throughout my life. I'm currently working on my weight right now, I'm not exactly the fattest guy, but you know what? I've lost 20 pounds in the last 2 months just by eating healthy, by making sure that I am doing what I need to do to eat right, by changing my diet. And I kid you not, 20 pounds in 2 months. Granted, I'm on a very, very absurdly radical diet. Most folks do not need to go that hard. So in that instance, I'm the exception. But you know what? I'm still following this strict regimented diet because I got the dedication and the willpower. Stop trying to, not just in video games, in general, stop trying to normalize being a fatty. It ain't good for you, and anyone that tries to argue it is, they're flat out wrong. The science flat out denies everything you say. Oh, Lizzo's beautiful. Lizzo is a fucking dumpster fire. Let's be real. And her music's not that great either. She's also not a very talented actress. The reason Lizzo is popular is because everybody wants to talk about fatness and how amazing it is. Fatness ain't great. That's why Adele lost weight. And you know what? Adele, majorly talented, wants to live longer, for her kids, and make good music doing so. And Adele is the best she has ever been. Let's take a look at some of these comments. Molly Okami, at Dove, as a fat girl gamer all of my life, I can tell you the fandom was never toxic until these posers came in screeching about mo representation. You don't represent me, shut up and make your overpriced, overhyped crap soap. Amen, Molly. And you know what? Yeah, she said herself, she is a fat girl gamer. Now, I'm not going to go perusing through her profile, see how big she is or whatnot. I guarantee you that, you know what? If you're happy with that, first of all, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be happy being fat. You should always want to be better. But by the same token, if you are going to accept that you're a whale of a person, then at least you're not crying about it, saying how, the rest of the world needs to conform to you. I'll at least give you that much. I will respect the idea that, if you were some sort of dump truck of a human being, some sort of anthropomorphized automobile, then at least you're not saying it's normal, it's okay, be more like me. I'll meet you in the middle there. Now granted, the middle for you is a lot closer than the middle for me on account of the size difference, but we will meet in that middle somehow eventually. Woggle says, this whole ad is 74% of girls who play games are fat, so we should make more fat girl games. That is accurate. If 74% of gamer girls feel underrepresented, that's your way of saying 74% of girls are fat. Why conform to that instead of putting out a positive message about getting healthy? I don't understand that. These are the same type of left-leaning nut jobs that love Michelle Obama. She's the one that introduced the Eating Healthy initiative. Okay, so is Michelle Obama fat-phobic now? Or are all you crazy lefties anti-Michelle Obama because she doesn't support your fatness? Or have you not considered that logic because you can't think more than 2 tweets ahead? I'm a female gamer and I'm not overweight or obese. Also, mini games now have body size scaling, so you can design your character to look however you like. Lastly, you're a soap company. Stick to that. Entirely correct. For a lot of games that do have the body scale sizing when you create your character, make your fatty character. You spent your $60 on the game, nowadays $70. Make your fatty character. It's still going to look ugly in the lobby, but you know what? You did it yourself, and you at least had that sort of option. But quit trying to force this into characters that, aren't self-created characters. The majority of folk don't want to play a fatty, male or female. Mary Mayhem says, absolutely not. Actual female gamers never ask for this. Stop asking ideologues what they want, pretending like you ask female gamers. I like my escapism as just that, escapism. And pretending to represent the thoughts and opinions of women who actually spend their time... There was a lot more to that, but we'll keep going. And money on games won't actually result in higher revenue for you. It will, however, inspire a lot of resentment, because it turns out virtue signaling is pretty easy to see through, and if you actually knew the people you were trying to engage, you know the gamers are 2.5 IQ points above the average. We know what you're trying to do, and it won't work. Now get out. I'm trying to transmog a metal bikini into a blood elf paladin. Oh, woman after my own heart. Main spec, tank off spec heals, you uncultured shitheads. Mary Mayhem, if you're watching this, my DMs are open. Luminaire, what is wrong with having fit athletic heroes in today's culture? We have an obesity epidemic in today's culture. This isn't body positivity, it is normalizing unhappiness through unhealthy eating. Luminaire, what are you doing spitting such facts? I mean, guys, seriously, we see woman after woman, I'm assuming this Luminaire individual is a woman, maybe not, talking about how women don't think this way. Where did that 74% number come from? This shouldn't need to be said, but I'm going to say it anyway. Gatekeep harder, guys. Gatekeep the anime community. Gatekeep video games. Gatekeep movies. Gatekeeping is good. The reason for gates is it keeps out freaks that want to do stuff like this to the things we love, our culture, the things that we want to pay money for. If we're going to be paying customers, we should be paying for products we want. You know, some folks, they're going to try and Trojan horse their way into your gates. You know what you got to do? Set that horse on fire along with everyone inside it. That's what you got to do. Burn it down. Gatekeeping needs to happen. No more of this acceptance. Oh, this is for everyone. Some things aren't for everyone. I'm sorry. Not everything is for everyone. You want to make a video game with a fatty character and see how well it sells? Go for it. Give it a shot. If you're a creative and you want to, do it. But if and when, because it will be a win, the video game with the heroic male or female character, the strong archetype that people actually want to see, that they want for that escapism, when that game dominates your crappy, fatty pro-positivity game because people want to actually see idealized characters, you don't get to come crying and talking about how there's not enough representation, how people are fat phobic so they're not buying your game. No, people are paying customers. They tell you what they want. Again, guys, guard the gates. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments below, or let me know on Twitter where you can find me at BoltTheWord. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I do nerdy news every day, sometimes twice a day apparently, because again, I had to talk about this after such a long YouTube absence. But yes, please do subscribe. We're almost to the 1,000 subscriber mark. I'd love to get there before the end of the month. So if you enjoyed this, then hey, you know what button to hit. Until then, it's all here in the Nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.